Hello friends, welcome to Movie Cap channel. The film begins with an old priest flying over rocky rocks in the sky. The film begins with a screening. The gods of heaven are buried here. An old priest guards their grave. The priest came here that day for the resurrection of one of the gods. Soon, a young man named Chen Nan appears who was killed in a fight between gods and hell demons. This young man was one of the dead. The memories of all the gods born as humans would be erased, so he was confused and didn't even know who he was. Then the old man guarding the tomb attacks him. Chen Nan, who has lost her memory, sees him as her enemy. At the end of the fight, the old man threw him from the sky to the ground with one kick. Chen Nan falls to the ground and into the river. A princess named Hu Yu was bathing in the river. The princess screams when she sees Chen Nan falling from the sky. After a while, Queen Hu Yu orders her guards to arrest her. Chen Yan was very similar to Zilong, the warlock in the royal prison. He just got beaten up by a good guy in the dungeon. Nalan Ruo Shui is busy applying ointment to his leg. The prison inmates were planning to escape from the prison because they believed they were innocent. Because of their divine power, Shima, the king's commander-in-chief, kept them in prison. After learning that the situation in the prison is good, he leaves. The prisoners slowly take the weapons and attack the guards. Xylon and Nalan escape from there, and after a while, divine power appears in Zilong's hand. Then, while walking down the corridor, the royal sorcerer tries to take away Zilong's power, but Nalan does not allow it. They walk the other way. One of the prisoners notices them. They are surrounded and attacked. Nalan tries to defeat them alone without his servants, but the prisoners capture him and kill Ed. Luckily for him, Commander-in-Chief Shima comes to his rescue. All the prisoners who oppose Shima will die. The rest will surrender. Xylon is also arrested. In the next shot, we see Chen Nan being taken away by the guards after being captured by the queen. Princess Shu Yu jokes with him and leaves as she gallops the horse. After a while, they are attacked by armed men in black clothes. The queen's guards are killed. Chen Nan takes matters into her own hands and protects the princess. Even with his hand tied, Chen Nan confuses them. Then, as soon as his hand is removed, he grabs the golden bow. Combined with his divine power, the power of the golden bow repels the oppressors. He's not used to the power of the bow yet, so he faints. By evening they reach the palace. Nalan welcomes Princess Hu Yu. Princess Shu tells Yu Nalan what happened, and Chen Nan regains consciousness as she tries to show him the bow. He regains consciousness and calls Nalan by his maiden name. Nalan was like 2 drops of water on his previous baldness. While Nalan and Princess Hu Yu are chatting further away, Chen Nan disappears. The princess orders her courtiers to find him and throw him in the dungeon. Chen Nan hides from the guards and sneaks into the room where the golden bow is. He was still not used to the power of the bow. After a while, the sick king and his daughter Shu Yu enter. Chen Nan's hand starts to react again. He tries to get rid of it while hiding. However, Kamen flies into her lake and everyone notices her. The princess orders him to be captured. On the other side, Commander-in-Chief Shima receives a report from his son Lingkong that the mission has not been completed. It turns out that the men in black who attacked Princess Hu Yu are Commander Shima's men. He ordered his son Lingkong to take the golden bow from the queen. Lingkong says that he encountered a guy with divine powers during the battle, and recounts what happened. Hearing this, the commander Shima is pleased with his son and says that if we take away that young man's power, the whole kingdom will be theirs. Commander Shima intended to use the king's illness to stage a coup d'état. He orders to find that guy. At this time, Chen Nan dreams of his past 1,000 years ago. There, the woman who looked like Nalan now was her remains, and she was using the golden bow against the enemies. He wakes up startled and goes to Nalan. Nalan says he looks bald. Nalan insists that he is not, and leaves. After a while, Chen Nan suddenly overheard the conversation between Nalan and Lingkong. As it turned out, the Prime Minister's son Lincoln intends to marry Nalan. But Nalan did not like him, and because of his father's position he could not resist him. After Lingkong leaves, Chen Nan goes to Nalan. He reveals that Lingkong is the one who attacked the princess. Nalan doesn't believe it. Chen Nan says that her shoes and voice are similar to them. At this time, a group of black-clad individuals were trying to capture the king. Just then Prime Minister Shima comes in and kills a few of them. It was actually a performance to win the trust of the king and queen. The queen praises the Prime Minister. That day, Prime Minister Shima summons Nalan and asks about Chen Nan. The princess had ordered not to tell anyone about Chen Nan, so Nalan wouldn't tell her anything. Chief Minister Shima tells Nala to prepare for the wedding. Nalan couldn't believe what he was saying. Princess Shu Yu orders Chen Nan to be secretly imprisoned at this time, and the courtiers throw her into the prison where her impersonator Zilong lies. Finally, Prime Minister Shima knows where he is. Zilong knew that Chen Nan was a god because he had served under Chen Nan in the army. They talk for a while. Nalan then sneaks them out of prison. They break free and chat like friends. After a while, Chen Nan finds out that today is Nalan and Lingkong's wedding. Chen Nan sneaks up there. Nalan is surprised to see her. Frustrated, Lincoln fights him. In the battle, Lingkong is defeated. All three examine what really happened in 100 years of history. They know that there was a powerful sorcerer in history, and they know that a divine power sphere named Zindu lives on in his lineage. At this time, Prime Minister Shima was taking another gift to him. The reason Shima kept people with divine powers in prison was to absorb their power. He did this through Zindu, but that night Zindu took all of Prime Minister Shima's power and made it his own. When Chen Nan, Nalan and Zilong arrive at his office, they see the dead body of Prime Minister Shimani. Zindu was waiting for them. They challenge Zindu but are defeated. Then Zindu leaves telling them that his intentions are not bad. Zindu goes to the king and says that he can cure him. The princess fulfills his wishes. As he takes on the strength of 10 men, Chen Nan stops him. Zindu gets angry and transforms into a dragon form. Chen Nan uses his divine power to grab the golden bow. Zinduga, transformed into a dragon, kills him with an arrow from a bow. The king recovers from his illness and decides to reward Chen Nan for her bravery in the past. Chen Nan wants to go back to where he came from, the sky. Princess, Nalan and Zilong follow him back to where he came from. The film ends here. Thanks for watching us. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel.